Welcome back everyone to the channel. In this session, I'll be explaining you how you can create Power Canvas app using CDS as in backend. So to start with, I have opened make.powerapps.com and I'm on the home page. So you can directly choose start from data as CDS. So in my previous session, I've been explaining you about how you can create Power Canvas app using SharePoint, majorly as a backend as well as with Excel file. But this time I would be using CDS. So when I selected CDS, it started showing me few tables. So you can see these are default tables which I get, and how and why I'm getting these tables, I can show you that. I'm just going to back to my Power App, and you can see under data there are some options called entities. So if I click on entities, so these are basically objects which are out of the box gets provisioned with the Power Apps. So you can create your custom entities as well. So the concept is same as when we in a traditional application, when we create data entities. So these are same one. So if I click on new entity, it will give you options to create all the metadata for this entity, and afterwards you can add the columns or the fields with these entities. So for demonstration, I'll just pick my existing entity, that is meeting room. So you can see a few of the fields are auto provisioned over here, and a few of them are customly created by me. For example, location, meeting room, these are created by me. And there are a few other tabs which is related to relationship, where you can define the relationship with the entities. Business rule, you can define the business rules. For example, for this meeting room, the capacity cannot be more than 10 people. So those sort of business rules you can define. These are views. You can create your own view, what field should be shown on the entity view page. And under the forms, by default we have 3 forms. So majorly when we create model driven apps, these forms get provisioned automatically, and with Canvas app as well we can utilize these ones. I'll show you in a while. And other dashboard, if you would like to create any dashboard, so I'm just leaving these 2-3 for now, just going to the data one. So in data, we can just put the data manually by using this add record, or we can import from a data Excel as well, and you can use the get data to connect to different sources as well. So there's an entity, there's an overview of entity. So for my this example, I have 2 entities. That is, one is meeting room, so which is the list of meeting rooms, and other entity is book room. So book room means like it will contain the transitional data. I mean, whenever a person is booking the room, the entry will go over here, and this book room would be having a relationship with meeting room, my entity which we just saw. So this meeting room is a many to one relationship with this book room. And if I go to the data, I have already created few meeting data. So now let's go back to the Power Apps. So I'm choosing this meeting room table or entity to start with. I'm clicking on it and connect. Okay, so by default I got this first screen which is having a gallery control and showing my this list of meeting rooms. So I'll just resize this gallery so that I can have other gallery as well, which I would like to have for the book rooms entity. So before that, I'll just add go to my data source and add book room as an data source as well, so that I can work with it. So as I said, I'll be showing you the relationship between these meeting room. When a person clicks on meeting room, it will find all the details of the meetings which are booked for this room. So I'll just go to my screen back and insert one gallery component. So this is a new gallery. I'll connect this gallery to my book rooms, and I'll change the layout to remove the images so that the titles can be visible properly. So now we have it. I'm just aligning it to the actual gallery. So now we are good. So these are master rooms gallery, and on click of it I would like to show the related meetings for that meeting room. So how to do that? For that I need to just go to my newly added gallery. I'm just selecting that control. Okay, so under the items I'll use filter book room entity based on my meeting room entity dot name, which is a meeting room name. Yep, which is equal to the item which is selected in the first gallery. So I'm just using the first gallery name, which is a browse gallery 1 dot selected dot name. So this is how we can make a relationship between these two galleries. So I'll just play that out. So by default the first meeting room is selected. If I click on second one, okay, so it's showing me details. So because I have not updated the on select action for my first gallery, so I need to go back and select the arrow. On select is saying parent, so I'll do, I'll just update one context for a variable, not here, update context, and show gallery 2, let's say true. Right, so in this gallery 2 the visibility I'll set with that variable we just created, show gallery 2. So now by default it will not show anything. If I click on it, it starts showing me the data related to the respective meeting room. So if I click on this one is working well. So how to see the detail of the selected meeting? So for that we need to drop the form from this insert ribbon. I'll drop a display form over here, and simply I'll just align this form just beneath of the screen. Okay, so now I'm connecting it to book rooms, and what fields I would like to have, I can just click on edit fields and then add fields which I need to display. So let's say booking end date, start date, time. So I'm just clicking add. So this by default this view has started showing me the fields which are there, but how to make a connection between these two? So I have just selected my form, and I'll just go to item. What item it should show? That is my gallery dot selected. So the item which is selected in my gallery, it will start showing the data related to it. So I'm running it. So if I select the meeting room, it will start showing me the meeting. If I click on it, it will start showing me the details for it. So in a very quick time we created almost a visible actions for our meeting room and the details for this meeting room. So it's a pretty quick application we developed so far. So I'm just saving it. It's let's say it's a CAM app. So now you can start sharing this app within your organization. But before that, as we have used CDS for this backend, so we have to define like what who all can have what respective rights on these entities, book room or this meeting rooms. So how to do that? So for that, to provide the permissions on the CDS, these entities, we have to go to the advanced settings. I just clicked on the advanced settings. So it opened this dynamics.com, and you can see there is a setting button. So under the setting, all the options comes out, and we are concerned about the security section. So under the system, it listed that security. If I click on security, it started showing me the users teams whom I can manage. So users are the users which are allowed to like all the organization user or the respective users. And the security rules, we can define the roles, what a specific role can do what. So there are few default roles which are already there. So you can see approval administrator, approval user, common data service user. So by default, all the organization members can see the default entities which are there in the CDS. But for custom one, we have to allow the permission. So I'm just clicking on my this CDS service user role, and it prompted me one pop-up. So in this pop-up, I can see record service, the business management. So, and we are concerned about this custom entity to provide the survey, provide the rights. So I can just scroll down and find out where is my custom entities are. So this meeting room is my custom entity. So I can these round circles actually belongs to the what level of permission they need, create, read, write. So you can simply scroll down again and find the respective entity. Where is that meeting room? So based on it, you can define like what level of they can all the CDS users can create meeting rooms, can update, can read, write. So for time being, I'm just assigning all the permissions to my organization users, the CDS users. So I'm just saving it, save and close. So it will update the CDS role. So now we are good. So once you share the link of your PowerApp and provide the permissions over the entities under the CDS, then you will be all set. All the users, the respective users would start able to use your app. So in this quick 15 minutes, you would be ready with your this CanvasApp with a CDS. So I hope this could be useful for you. If you like and like the video, please subscribe and do also drop a comment. Thank you.